We live.
All right, y'all. It's 9/11/2024, the Mikey Justice Hour. We're going to break down yesterday's debate. Then we're going to do a little bit of remembering or whatever you want to say about 9/11. And then we're going to check out a call that I got from a Trump supporter. So we finna get off into it, y'all. It's the Mikey Justice Hour. And it starts now.
Another high school shooting yesterday, this one in Florida.
I'm in sixth grade, and it can be scary
There have been about
sometimes.
380 school shootings.
I appreciate you talking to our community about this.
Now's the time. Get ready for the People's Podcast, the Mikey Justice Show. Y'all ready? I'm ready. All right. You don't want to miss it. There was a man that went by Mike. You like night shows. And so many people wouldn't be bad. They have to be good. And what the youth is avoid because they've been misled.
Today I'm announcing charges against the shooter's parents.
I had a sixth grader come. This is what she said.
And I really agree with your point of view.
The Mikey Justice Show starts now.
All right. Mikey Justice Show, y'all. 9/11/2024.
You are now watching the Mikey Justice Show streaming live on Facebook and YouTube.
All righty. You are watching the Mikey Justice Hour. How's everybody doing out there?
I know I'm doing all right.
What my levels sound like, man? I can't really hear myself too good in my headphones. Mic check.
Well, how you feeling now?
All right, that's a little bit better, my brother.
All right.
All right, once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. You are live on the Mikey Justice Show, 9/11/2024. Y'all know what that date means. And coming after yesterday in the old presidential debate, we ain't got no time to waste, so let's get it. Once again, how you doing, my brother? You know, as always, I got my man Phil on the left side of me running these
What's
boys
up, everybody?
on the ones and twos. Shout out to everybody that's watching, family and friends, first time watchers, new followers, new viewers, all that good stuff, y'all. And to my regulars, y'all know what time it is. My classical junior academy Cougars, my Sumner High School Bulldogs, and the people over at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. First order of business, man. I was asking you about the guy that was shooting at the cars on the highway with the assault rifle in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it today, but I missed the news. This will be either his fourth or fifth day on the run. Do you know if they caught him yet?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, man. I think it's got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, man. But to kind of give you just a quick little rundown, I don't know what the guy's motive was, but he was supposed to have been standing like on top of a hill somewhere in Kentucky shooting an assault rifle and hit like 15 cars, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with Harris and everybody else, man. I'm not trying to take away nobody's guns or their gun rights, but I do think, honestly, at this point, it should be a permanent ban on the assault rifles because it has really gotten out of hand.
I think so.
Yeah, and like I said, we just got a whole lot to get into, man. So, you know, if we have time, we'll go back to it or we'll try to explore it a little bit more, man. But I'm just sick of it, man. Once it gets to the point where you can't even just drive home regular
Right.
and you're not doing anything to anybody, little kids can't go to school, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, we
don't
need
need
to
that.
just quit playing stupid,
Yeah.
man. It is a problem with guns, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, people like guns don't kill people. It's the people. Well, yeah, you're right. Because the gun don't shoot itself. And there's people out here that have all kind of issues. I don't know if it's mental illness or what, but people not following laws. They're not putting the guns down on their own. So something needs to change. Like I was trying to explain to Don Bo, one of my callers. You know, I was like, it was the reason for the turnabouts in St. Louis. You're not going to get people to just follow the laws, drive slower, respect the road like that. So they had to put the turnabouts in to get the results that they were looking for.
Right.
And like we said, man, we could ask somebody, we could see if we could try to Google or find them numbers, man. But I live over this way, and I could tell you firsthand that accidents have went down a whole lot from what I could see.
Yeah.
And with that being said, man, we're gonna move on. Next thing I was gonna talk about, man, was the Tyreek Hill situation. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the video of the police pulling him out of the car?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Miami-Dade County, man. You know, and we had spent a little bit of time in Miami, so we are familiar with Dade County and the police department there.
I think we probably had a little bit better day than he had that day.
We did, man. you know, he say that he was just trying to do basically what his uncle was telling him, man. Keep your hands on the wheel, this and that, man. I remember a while ago, Benji Wilson, the high school player that got murdered and everything, the guy that ended up killing him was saying that his uncle told him that if he ever pulled out a gun, that he should make sure that he used it. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know these uncles, man, they try to get in your life and give you good advice and put you in the right situation. But the thing that I could tell you is when you giving these youngsters that advice, make sure they understand what advice that you're giving them.
Mm-hmm.
What I think he was saying is unless you have a reason to use that gun, then don't pull it out.
Right.
But it sounded like old boy got to where the point where he upped that thing on him, finna try to rile the guy, and then all of a sudden what my uncle said played into my mind. Oh, I done pulled it out now. He said don't pull it out unless you plan on shooting it or pulling it, pulling that trigger.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what he was trying to say.
No.
So that's my advice, when you try to be that authoritative figure for people and give them advice, at least make sure they understand the advice that you're giving them, because you might be putting them in a bad situation. That's what we like to say when keeping it real goes wrong. Yes, sir. Next thing, man, that we had on the agenda, man, I was going to ask, because I just seen where Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And we were just talking on the show. We was like, man, that's a big one for these celebrities and people who had that kind of platform to get out here and endorse those people. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the celebrities should come more together and trying to find a way to bring peace back and bring this united country more together. You hear me?
Right.
Like I said, if you got millions and billions of followers and they really believe in you and they trust you and what you stand for, then to me, that's a billion people right there that have changed and try to make America better because they follow you, they believe in you, they sit on every word that you say. Some of the things that we be expecting Donald Trump to say sometimes. He's very revered, if that's the word, or loved. So I look for him to, like my people say, that same energy that he uses to rev up people, we never see him use it to bring those same people back down. You hear me?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Celebrities need to get more involved. I used to ask you all the time, man, like, why didn't more celebrities use their platform and try to speak out?
They're scared.
And some of these people, like even Taylor Swift, I don't know what you did, but my sound just got better. Yeah, man, people like Taylor Swift, I'll be like, what are you so worried about? You have generational money. You hear me? And if you do lose some of your following because you standing up for what's right, I don't think that it's going to hurt you because you have generational wealth.
Right.
You have made pretty much not as much money as you might want to make, but definitely as much as you have needed to make. You hear me? Beyonce, other people like that, man. If Trump, Taylor Swift, all these people who have millions and billions of followers, man, I'm pretty sure that they have an influence on the people that follow them.
Yeah.
If they ask people, like Trump say, if you really American, you really a Trump supporter, then you wouldn't you wouldn't go in there and attack police officers and attack your own people. But then in the same breath, you got people saying, him saying that he would pardon those people on January the 6th and all that other kind of stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that rubbed me the wrong way, man. If you really about that life and really saying that it's about respecting people, respecting boundaries, you don't attack police, you don't disrespect your country, you have to stand on that.
Yeah.
You can't just change your mind when you're ready to win an election or when you're ready to get the people going or when you get in your little feelings about something. If that's what you're about, then that's what you need to stick to. Stick to your guns and be about that life. And with that being said, my brother, we know today is September the 11th.
Yeah.
Got a lot of mixed emotions about this one, man, because we got people all day long that be like, how can you celebrate that? You want us to remember 9/11, but you act like slavery and all that other stuff never existed. So, I'm a little bit torn. But the thing with me is, man, I try not to live in the past because we can't change that. And I try not to live too much in the future. And when I say future, I'm talking about days that are going to come after we gone from this earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it better for the people that's living in the times that I'm living in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can do something that people that come behind me can benefit from. But, I'll leave that on the people to make those times how they want it to be, because just because I implement something don't mean that that's what the people who come behind me really want. So I'll leave that to them, and I'll work more on trying to make it better for the people that I'm around right now,
right,
in the times that we live in. And the reason that I'm saying that is, no, I'm not going to forget about slavery or none of that, and I'm not going to forget about 9/11 either, because as much as people hate it, man, it's still part of our history. You hear me?
Right.
And it still happened to people, and then those people are somebody's daughter, father, son, whatever, you know. And if we had to feel the brunt of that situation, we would understand it a little bit more. You hear me?
Right.
Just like I be saying about the school shootings and protecting these kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when you get that call saying that your 5-year-old just got Swiss cheese, your stance on it would change a little bit.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, man. I heard one of the school teachers, you know, today, you know, was teaching her kids about the whole thing that happened with 9/11. I heard her say that most of those kids wasn't born. Makes sense to me because it happened 23 years ago.
Right.
Ain't nobody that's 23 going to the regular school. If they is, they got classes in the basement and eat lunch with their teacher. But other than that, no. But the one thing she was trying to point out to them is, you know, she said a lot of them wasn't born, but she was trying to make them understand the reason that you celebrate the day.
Right.
You
the
hear
gravity
me?
of it.
I didn't like that word, man, because I don't think that, you know, don't get me wrong. We have so much bad stuff that go on all the time. If you could just find a good day to be easy, be with your family, man, and just keep it kind of light, I'm all for it. But celebrating it on a day like today, maybe not the right word. You know what I'm saying?
I think more remember, not celebrate. Yeah, that's remember is probably a better word.
Bro, I went to Ruler today, and the whole shelves was stocked with meat. I was like, yeah, look good to me. I don't think nobody decided to have the world's biggest barbecue for 9/11.
Right. That'd be,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you don't
you misunderstood
celebrate.
the assignment.
Yeah. So I hope people remember the day, but I wouldn't do too much celebrating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of the things that I do remember about the whole situation, man, well, I won't say remember, but one of the first things that come in my mind when I think about 9/11 is it being basically the worst terrorist attack that ever happened on United States soil. Okay, and my thing is, I know a lot of people don't like to explore this question, but okay, Barack Obama, first African American president, right?
Right.
I know I'm not the only person that heard. My headphones going out of something. I know I'm not the first person that ever heard that he's responsible for taking out Bin Laden. Nope. Yep. Yep.
You still back in there?
Yep.
All right. You good.
He's supposed to be the person that was responsible for taking out Bin Laden, right?
Right.
So why does he get dissed so much and act like he's the worst president? Come on, man. That give you some type of credibility or something to hold, that holds some kind of weight.
Yeah.
This dude supposed to have been the person that took out the person who orchestrated the worst attack on the United States,
right.
The best country and free country in the world. So if this person is solely responsible or somewhat responsible, he gets no credit for nothing. And then I just heard at the debate last night where Donald Trump was saying that he could not repeal or whatever the word is, the Affordable Care Act,
right,
because they have not implemented a system that was better.
Yeah.
it worked, so he has really no choice but to go with it. I know, once again, we'll say all the cute stuff to win the election and get the people
words,
going,
right?
but we know what's up for real. You hear me?
Yeah.
So if this man has implemented a plan, because in Biden's 3.5 years and Trump's whatever years, we know where America has went. You hear me? So if through all of these tough times and through all the storm, we still rolling with something that the first African American, because look at my little African,
look at him,
something that he implemented years ago that still worked. On top of this man being the person that's responsible for taking out the person who orchestrated the worst
American over here
on American soil, wouldn't they give him a little bit of credibility, man? To me, I don't think that makes you the worst president of all time.
Yeah.
But I guess it's Kamala Harris' time, so I guess in a minute she'll be the worst, huh?
Well,
whatever
Harris
gonna win you
Biden.
the election, huh?
That's what he said. Harris is Biden.
Yeah, Harris is Biden.
Yeah.
Let me get one thing straight for you. I am not Joe Biden. And you know what we like to say around this camp. Way to check that food.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing, man, that I don't like when I hear all the 9/11 talk, man. And it ain't about getting no pat on the back, man. But dad, give credit where credit is due. If dude could say he's the best and all of this stuff, and y'all could jump for joy because you got a little check in the mail, trying to give some shine to a person who basically gave us some of our freedom back by taking out the person who orchestrated the worst attack on United States soil.
Mhm.
But you know, that once again, that's personal opinion.
Right.
But in remembrance of 9/11, man, I don't want the day to get lost or anything else. So I tried to get some type of video, man, to just make people, well, people that went through it will never forget it, but other people who are closed-minded to remember how important this day was as far as United States history. So we got that clip lined up, man. You know, where were you at in 2001?
I was in California, man. My wife was still enlisted. I had just got out of the Missouri Reserves in 2000.
Yeah, man, that was like my third or fourth year at my job. Like I said, I remember that day because the monitor in the back would never work. You know how it was. Every time the boss leave, we trying to turn on some videos, watch TV, and it never worked. And just out of every day, this day,
today is the day.
Crystal clear picture. We saw the whole situation. I remember it like yesterday, man. Roll the clip.
I had one.
Another plane. There's another one. I'm taking a look. Oh! Oh my God! Oh, shit! Oh my God! My own eye. Just went. It must be. Oh my God! Another plane just went in. Another tower. Oh my God.
You, but we're looking at live pictures of the Pentagon where there is billowing smoke. Jim Miklashevsky just reported that he heard an explosion, and right now we're looking at an aerial view of the Pentagon.
All right, we back live.
Yeah, man. Not to glamorize that, man. That still kind of hit me real tough in the stomach. You hear me?
Yeah.
I think all of it kind of go together, man. You know, can't be sleeping with the enemy, man. You know, if we doing all these underhand deals with Russia and all this whole other stuff, man, you know, we so scared that we gonna get bombed on, get attacked. It just, you know, I'm back to making it make sense, man. It don't make sense to me. You hear me?
Right.
Because you got Trump and everybody saying all the bloodshed and bloodbath that it's going to be if he's not elected.
Right.
So to me, knowing that, why even have an election? You hear me? Because it's going to be something regardless if it don't be him. And then we've already seen he's not going to accept if he lose. You hear me?
Right.
So my question
is something. Yeah.
I look at all these politicians and all these people over here, man, and all these people that's supporting him. You're not supporting a dictatorship because you don't want to lose your freedom. You just scared, you're a coward, and you're willing to roll with whatever because you think that it's cute. You don't really know nothing about the agenda or what their perspective or point of view is or what they're running for. And the reason I know this is when I ask people, they really don't have no solid, concrete answer. You hear me? The majority of people that support him, man, ask them what Project 25 is. You're going to get all kind of answers. You hear me? And all of that, they don't really understand. Because the person that's put out there to you know, basically run the whole thing and be the face of the whole project, he claiming that he don't really know what it's about. I don't know if that's a lie because, you know, let him tell it. He ain't heard nothing about it. He don't know none of this stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know, basically what I got from it is basically it's like a school curriculum. it's an outlined set of rules or ideas that he's supposed to put into play so his presidency could go basically some type of way.
Right.
It sounds to me like they knew that he wasn't all that experienced or qualified the first time. So this is their way of putting him in a better position to be more
to
qualified.
Give him something to follow. Huh?
Yeah, to run the country better. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think part of the problem is that they handpicked him, like I said before, because they were so in their feelings when Obama got in there, with it being the first black. See, like I said, I talked about it several times on this show, man. You got people that always say that them celebrating Juneteenth is just their way of admitting that we were slaves. And you know how I try to call it down. I'm like, no, the bad rhetoric, the racism that I'm seeing now, the scare tactics, and how divided this country is,
right? How
scared they are to become the minority. That's what let me know that they know how real slavery was, and it was not right. Being done to any group of people. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm not just saying this because my skin is black. Everybody should be created, treated equal. We all created the same, man. I don't look at color. When I look at it, man, the common denominator is American. We all American.
Yeah.
So that's what my focus is. If you attacking your own people, man, you're doing anything that's unpatriotic. You just not American to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I get out of it. Like, the Kamala Harris situation is like, okay, if she win, then Trump people are gonna attack us, or it's gonna be a bloodbath. Yeah. But if she wins, then other countries. So it's like, which one? Pick your poison, because it's gonna happen both ways. If she wins, then other countries are gonna bomb on us. If she win, then all the Trump people and supporters, it's gonna be a bloodbath or whatever. So, like I said, do we get scared and just bow down, don't get out and vote, and just say he won because of all of these scare tactics that they keep using? If he don't win, it's gonna be this and that. So I said, man, think about what they're saying. Think about what they're saying. You hear me? If Kamala Harris win, then you're going to get it double, because other countries are going to think we weak and they're going to attack us. And people that's so racist and in their feelings and everything, they're going to attack you too, because it's going to be a bloodbath. Bloodbath for what? Because we had a vote and people got to choose what they want. The same like boarding up buildings because he goes to jail. Nobody's above the law. He going to jail because he committed a crime. It's nothing personal against him. It's nothing personal against nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't be understanding of getting all scared and all these extra police and all that. Nah, man. Dude need to be shut down. If it got to be like that, then that's that energy that you putting out here. Because nobody should have to be scared that you are being held responsible or whatever. You got charged because you broke laws that were put in play for, for it to be a certain way, man. Laws are put out here for a reason. Yeah, but I don't get it, man. Like I said, pick your poison. If Harris win, then other countries gonna think we weak and they're gonna bomb on us. Or you got Trump supporters that are gonna make a bloodbath and all that, all those trigger words. And that's a lot what I heard last night with that whole debate thing, man. Every time he can't answer a question, it goes back into how bad they messed up the economy. This is the worst, and all the attacks. You hear me? So like I said, that's what I think campaigning is about now in politics. You hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody like, okay, that's why you had the debates, because you never really get to hear their plans and what their goals are, what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to have done when you have the whole debate, But it turns into the back and forth. I say, okay, because I've learned that in politics, man, you probably gonna lose if you spend a whole bunch of time trying to push your agenda and what you about.
Okay.
They whole thing is about, like I said, not to prove that I'm the right guy, it's to prove that the other person is the wrong guy.
Right.
That's all that it's about.
Scared to roll with the other guy.
That's all that it's about. And if I say it enough, then it gotta
louder,
be true. Yeah.
Spend enough money, get enough advertising out there.
Wag your finger, get tough with people, get all up in people's face, shoot people at rallies, run people down with cars, get huffy, get tough with them. That's gonna motivate people and make them do what you want them to do. And anybody that think that's a lie, just think about everyday life, man. You hear me?
The ass tail make, huh?
Bro, look at how they parent now. You hear me?
Yeah.
You do one or two things. You sit that tablet or whatever in front of them, and you let that parent them because you too busy trying to be young, kick it, and live your best life. You hear me?
Yeah.
So you got those kind of parents, or you got that earned fist that because I said so, I run you. I'm the mama. I'm the one paying the bills, so you do exactly what I say. Neither one of them work.
Yeah.
Neither one of them work. You have to put that time in there, man. You got to put that time in there, and that's
true.
That's what's lacking, man. That time is just lacking, man. If you don't put that time in there, you're never gonna get the results that you want. You hear me? Everybody trying to go to the scare tactics now, just because I said so, because I could do this to you. I could put my hands on you. I could harm you. I'll shoot you,
Yeah.
to the point where now people have become puppets and clones and can't think for themselves, man. That's what I've been telling you that I have an attitude with now every day, and it make me mad because as a grown man, I have to be scared and act like I don't understand real life no more because somebody might come after me, say something that I don't like. I might lose a couple of my followers. You hear me? Because I keep it real and don't let nobody pull no wool over my eyes. I'm tired of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the scare tactics. I'm tired of all that mess, man. I ain't heard nobody really address the real issues. If you know that we got mental health crisis, then that need to be one of the first things that we talking about.
Yeah.
If you know that it's a problem with guns, because the president, the next president, former president, because like I said, I don't try to give nobody that much credit, man, because I know how the game go. Soon as something happen and it go bad, it's gonna be Joe Biden and Kamala's time.
Right.
So if it's their time, it's their time.
Uh-huh.
It's not your time. So I'm not even finna give you that credit, because soon as something go wrong, it's not gonna be your time, and it's not your time. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, what do we do? Where are we at for real?
Yeah. One, not to take it off topic, but it's really on topic. As a believer, man, it really, in the long run, it really don't matter what the government is going to do, because I'm going to conduct myself a certain way anyway. You know what I mean? It's going to be, whatever's legal is going to be legal. Whatever's illegal is going to be illegal. But me personally, I'm going to conduct myself a certain way.
Well, man, that's one of them easier said than done type things. Because I used to hear people all the time be like, why they gotta be all that? Why people just can't obey the laws that was put out here for this reason, that reason, for all different reasons.
Yeah.
And social media is part of that. You hear me? People so scared that they gonna get a little backlash. When you lazy, man, and you don't want to do your homework, your research, then you're gonna run to whatever you feel like is popular. You're gonna push the easy button. And it's strength in numbers. You can't beat them, you join them. So all of these people, man, from what I've seen, all these people that endorsing that kind of stuff, because I used to play it down the middle, man, and be like, I really don't know and I'm undecided. But like I said on this show, y'all not stupid. Y'all know where I'm leaning towards.
Right.
Because I'm not cool with no dictatorship. I'm not cool with if you all American attacking your own people. That January 6th stuff, man, that's ridiculous. You hear me?
Yeah.
And then like we said about the assault rifles, no, these are your daughters and sons that are on the front line, joining military and everything else. They are not equipped to fight the wars that they're trying to fight. So no, I'm not cool with the guns right now, because I think about it. They could be my daughter. They could be anybody that signed up for the military police department, and they don't have what they need to fight these wars. So every day I'm going to be worried about, is my son or daughter going to make it home? And that's with anything. It could be, if the playing field was level, you still would have them feeling. But when everybody out here got an AK-47 and my little son walking around with his little 9mm, yeah, I fear for his life every day, because I'm not no fool, bro. He's at the disadvantage.
Yeah, if that's his his line of work, like you say, people that's gonna do the majority thing and roll with with whatever's popular, that's who we got to deal with. And so me,
bro, they got to know something is wrong with some of this stuff that he's stressing.
You would think, man.
I mean, then you have Nikki Haley and all these different politicians that talk bad about him off the cuff.
Really
he's not getting endorsed by Mike Pence and all these other people, man. Is everybody lying? Everybody lying?
That really gets me, because I feel like, man, the true conservative or Republican agenda is something that's needed, but you can't have a clown like this.
You can't,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
It's a job, man.
Yeah.
And to me, you know, like I said, when you at a job, man, the job is to please the people. That's how you keep your rapport with your customers and keep them coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they said, you got fired by 81 million people because they got tired of you. If it was so great after your 4 years, they would have put you right back in there and gave you another 4.
That's what I'm disappointed with the party about, man. Like, y'all couldn't find nobody else.
Obviously, they couldn't. So that's what I'm saying. Shame on America. They
Yeah.
go on both sides,
Terrible.
Democrat and Republican. You
Yeah.
know, they talk so bad about Harris and Biden and all this stuff. And, you know, this dude is a criminal. And this is all y'all got out there. And
Yeah,
they talk bad about him.
This
They
is who
talk
y'all
bad
want to
about
run
him.
the ticket.
They talk bad about him. No,
Yeah.
that ain't who they want to run the ticket. They scared. And they're scare tactics. And when they feel like whatever go down ain't going to affect them, they don't care nothing about it. You hear me?
Mhm.
You can't relate to schools getting shot up when you 80 years old. When was the last time you been in school?
Right.
You ain't even got no kids in school at 80 years old.
Yeah.
You hear me? So you can't relate to that. You ain't going out here. Was he ever in the military?
Oh, Trump? Nah. Hell nah.
So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Other than probably a month ago or whatever that was when those bullets started flying at him, man, he ain't been in no line of no fire
Been in
for
no
real.
funk. Yeah.
No, not like that, man. He well protected. You hear me?
Yeah. We at that 30-minute mark.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break, man, and then when we come back in, we'll run these commercials. Well, these questions basically that I had with the Trump caller that called in. We didn't get to run it all last week, so we'll try to do it today. And yeah, y'all heard. I mean, I loved it because you know, he gave some of his honest truth, and that's how a lot of these people feel. So when we come back, y'all, we'll check out this call I had from old Trump supporters. We'll be right back. Did you know that there's a show out there where people can truly discuss how they feel? No cuss, no fluff. We keeps it a buck. Who really believe all lives matter? How many people honestly are tired of hearing about mass shootings? So you want to see an end to racism and hate crimes? Who want to see corrupt and overzealous police officers who abuse their power get held accountable? Then watch the Mikey Justice Show, where we teach true Americans who are fed up how to peacefully and respectfully make our country great again. So if you really want to get involved and see change, then call in the Mikey Justice Show. You don't have to like me, just like the show. One of the best shows you never heard. The Mikey Justice Show, still going down live Wednesday nights, 7:30 to 8:30 on YouTube or Facebook.
You don't want to miss it.
So that's what I was saying, man. Like these guns and all that stuff, man, it has become a problem.
Yeah.
Young, old, whatever. I say it has taken away regular life, man. The whole being able to negotiate stuff, that is taken 100% off the table.
Right.
That's not there no more. You hear me? Everybody, you know, got that gun now. And I think it just give people that false hope, man. That's what I think. That's wrong all the way around the board. It's not working. It's not getting results they want. They got that false security basically out here. You hear me?
We back.
All right, y'all, we back live. Before we get into the questions with the Trump caller, man, like I was saying about the Tyreek Hill situation, man, the one good thing that I got out of that, bro, is that he was saying that he hoped he could turn that type of situation into a positive and just show how much it's a divide between the police department, the community, whites, blacks, and all that. He just saying that he hope he can use that type of situation to bring people together, man. And I don't know if he'll be successful in doing it, but just to open up and say that kind of statement in that time, in that situation,
right, in that moment,
I thought it was a very classy, professional, and responsible thing to try to do, man. And I look forward to seeing somebody of his stature that has that kind of platform really do what they can to start pulling these people together. Like I said, I'm really impressed with Taylor Swift and everybody else. And like I said, if you can motivate your millions and billions of followers to get on board and try to make America better or great again, I mean, that's a nice chunk of the population right there. She's pretty popular. So,
right.
I'm pretty sure she get her people on deck, man. That'll be a nice chunk of making America better again, great, or whatever term they want to use. Before we move on, man, sad news, man. The other day we lost old James Earl Jones.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, buddy, 93 years old. I was going to ask you what's the first thing that came to mind, but I heard that voice.
Yes,
Mufasa.
James Earl Jones.
My favorite thing, man, is just knowing that dude is Darth Vader, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say what we called him when I was little, Dark
Vader.
He that black, he got to be dark. You hear me?
Right. Dark Vader.
We don't do all that. Milk chocolate is the one. Yeah, right. Everybody that know what's up. Dark chocolate is where it's at. But anyway, yeah, man. Then dude is one of the few people that actually has an EGOT, man, and I think he is well deserved. You hear me? I used to just trip so much off his voice, man. But I was like, even when he got into characters and played characters, dude was just well rounded and very talented. You hear me?
Yeah, old James Earl Jones was the man.
I know he got a lot of more projects and movies that are more highly acclaimed, but I'm ghetto, man. I remember Coming to America, him being the daddy on there. Yeah. I remember Lion King, and I remember Darth Vader.
Right.
Another sad news, man. We lost old Frankie Beverly.
Yeah,
one of your favorites, man.
Yeah, man.
First thing I think about is like my people say, all them pretty white hats he got.
Yeah.
They say, where you think all them white hats going? I say, to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
There you go. There you go.
Dude got a catalog, man, and I love him. Even though we had to listen to Silky Soul Singer 50 times.
Ooh, yeah.
Boy, our neighbor, boy, that was his jam. Your jam on. Yeah, man. And then, I'm one of them people. A lot of the songs that he didn't get no shine for was stuff I like, man. Back in Stride Again and all that kind of stuff. But dude got a catalog, man. Joy and Pain, Silky Soul Singer, Happy
Golden
Feeling. Golden Time of Day, man. Dude has a catalog and he has a voice. I was telling my people, I say, I don't think he'll ever get his credit, man, because he did it so effortless that people don't really know. But I was like, boy, that dude had perfect pitch, if you could call it that. You hear me? He was always in the pocket, man. So, go miss him, man. He was just here not too long ago doing his last little show or his last little tour. Mm-hmm. You hear me? And usually, like I said, man, they usually say something. This morning, it was supposed to be Ricky Smiley, but I'm hearing all that Frankie Beverly. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Something ain't right. You hear me? I remember when I heard Whitney Houston that day, Michael Jackson. You know?
And they're just all back to back.
I was telling my moms, I say, they were saying that this the end of the OJ's run. So hopefully, we get as much of them as we can, man. Everybody can't stick around forever, man. But, got to give some people they shine and flowers while they here. Right. And with that being said, man, let's get off into this conversation with my mans. This is Don Bo. He's no stranger to the show. He openly admits that he's a Trump supporter. Whether you black or white, I really don't understand how anybody could be cool with endorsing somebody that want to take away your freedom. I'm not cool with endorsing somebody who has taken away women's rights to protect themselves and their body and it being their own decision. Because I remember, like I said, Bill Cosby, Charlie Rose, all these people that were of significance, prominent people, were taken down because of the Me Too movement, because it was designed to protect women. So when you come right behind it and overturn Roe versus Wade, and then the crusher, like we say back in the day, was when they said even women who've been victims of rape, incest, and stuff like that still don't have that right. Come on, man. Something is morally wrong with that, and I can't get behind it and support nothing like that. So, if it got to be that abortion situation, we can't do nothing about the gun control, opioid addiction, and I don't hear anybody saying what they're going to do to try to bring this divided country together is deal breakers to me, man, because that's the stuff that's important, like I said. And then next week we're going to do it, man. I want to do something to go with all of these internet people. I don't know their names, but I know people like Jake Paul done came up off of it. You got Mr. Chime Time. You got 360 Jeezy, and I didn't want to name all black people because it is whites and all different kind of races. You hear me?
Yeah.
But through TikTok and social media, like I said, man, how broken is the economy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, my people try to argue me up and down that these people ain't making that kind of money for doing this stuff. Yes, they are. This is our people's job. Chime Time ain't going around passing out $2,000-$3,000 to people playing rock, paper, scissors if he ain't getting paid and getting some money. You hear me?
Right.
I seen where it said 360 Jeezy was making $3-4 million a year with having all those followers. You hear me? And like I try to tell people, how can you argue with somebody who does this? I know what the name of this game is. I can step my game up and get more followers and get some money and get on deck. You hear me?
Right.
It's coming. And with that being said, hopefully y'all like, subscribe, everything else. That's how we even that playing field. I'm being honest, man.
Yeah.
We got to support each other. They able to make moves and do stuff to hurt Americans and put us in bad positions because they have the money and resources to do it.
Yeah.
If we get some of that money or whatever, then we'll be able to do some of the same stuff.
And it's a sad commentary what people will do for those money and resources.
Yeah.
You know, but that's another.
Well, let's get off into this conversation, man, with Mr. Don Bowe, you know, old Trump supporter, you know. And then, like I said, man, don't get it twisted. We are black people, so you know, just like everybody worry about what's going to happen with their race, I'm for all people, but I do definitely, you know, always look at where is my position as a black person? How is this going to really affect me? You hear me? And I can honestly say that side of the board puts us in best situations. I want to hear somebody to say, I'm going to be a president for all people. That's what I'm still just blown away because I haven't heard that. Use some of this lingo, break it down in layman's terms like we do all day long. Come on, y'all, let's make it make sense. You hear me?
Yeah.
No worries. I'm going to be a president for all people. So you ain't got to even worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm waiting to hear. And I will do something to bring this divided country together. You know, I don't say back together no more. I don't say again, make it great again and all this stuff. No, like I said, I passed kindergarten, and I know in order to do something again, that means it has been done at least once.
Right.
The first time. So we gonna stop using that term, make America a great again, until we find out just some simple way of making it great. And once we get to that point, hopefully it'll stay great, and we won't have to ever use the term.
Keep America great.
Right. Not again. just work on making it great. But let's roll some of that conversation from Mr. Don Bowe.
All right. Just go ahead and roll it, or you want me to set it up?
You know how you got it put together, man.
Right.
So you know, always orchestrating help the viewers follow it a little bit better.
Right. Well, this is Project 2025.
Yeah, I had several questions that I asked them. I don't know how you arranged it or what the format is, but you could kind of give them a rundown of what the question was, and then you could play back, you know, a little bit of both of our responses.
All right, here we go.
Okay, you said this is the first question.
To the Mikey Justice Show, and joining us now via telephone is somebody who is very familiar with the show. If you watch the show on the regular, Mr. Don Bowe. And the reason why I had him, how you doing, my brother? And the reason why I had Don Bowe to join me today is because he is a person who is not afraid to say that he is a Trump supporter. So I had a few questions with this election being less than like 50 to 60 days away, and tomorrow being basically the first debate between Trump and Harris. There's just a few questions that I want to ask you, man. A few things that I feel like should be asked, deal breakers and everything in there. So we basically was going to do a rapid fire type thing, man. And after I get done, I was going to give you 1 minute to respond the best way you can with the time that we have allotted to answer these questions that I'm about to ask you. So
let's get started.
So let me know. You ready, my brother?
I was born naked. Yes, sir.
Okay. My first question to you: what is Project 25? Do you know what Project 25 is?
From my I don't have a full understanding of what Project 25 is. However, what I've gathered thus far is that they're trying to defund and cut some programs that are essentially used by African American people to stay afloat in today's society and economic structure.
Okay, what I got out of it basically, man, was like basically a school teacher. To me, it was like a curriculum. To me, it's been shown that Trump didn't have a lot of political experience. I'm not saying that that had anything to do with whether he did a good or a bad job, but I think this time Project 25 is like a teacher's curriculum. It's more a drawn-out plan of what he plans on doing with these next 4 or maybe more years in office, Is that correct as far as what you know Project 25 to be, or?
From my understanding, it's not necessarily Trump's plan. It's the Republican Party's plan.
Okay, and
yeah, he go on to say he think that it's the Republicans' party plan. Don't know how true that is, and for all those that get very technical, I know it's Project 2025, but I'm pretty sure he understood what I was saying. But
Right.
yeah, for the record, my bad. Project 2025. It's like, okay, he can easily say, or people will say that it's the Republicans' curriculum or agenda, point of view, or whatever. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So is that their way of, if something does go wrong, that he's not really the one that's totally responsible? Because when it comes down to what has and hasn't been done in this country, everybody blame Harris and Biden like they're solely the people that are responsible for making all of these decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that it's a whole Congress, whole government, whole cabinet, a lot of people that come into those decisions.
Right.
So if they can say that it's the Republican Party's curriculum and it's really not all in his hands, then the same thing go for Democrats, right?
Right.
So when everything go bad and go funky, don't start, attacking her, attacking Obama, attacking Biden like they 100%. That's like I said about stimulus checks.
Mhm.
If you think that he went in his pocket and personally sent you that money, then yeah, we
Right.
might be smoking some of that funny stuff. But anyway, man, on to the next question.
All right. This is January 6th. This is a question about January 6th and shit.
Yeah, I asked him, I say, because to me, anybody that attack their own people, man, that's not American in itself, So I asked him about the pick your poison. If we don't pick Trump, then other countries going to think we're weak once again, and they're going to bomb on us. Or if not, then his supporters, followers, or people who, don't believe too much in the Democrats, is going to be a bloodbath. He said he didn't mean it like that, but we know in this country what trigger words can do.
Mhm.
So I feel like if he didn't mean it that way, then he should come
Shouldn't
out
have
and
said it
say,
that way.
point blank, period, that's not what I mean. And anybody who really believes in me and following me, we don't condone any violence. That's what I should have heard come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
But this was Don Bo's response to my question about January the 6th.
All right, I'm on to question number 2. This is like a deal breaker to me and something that needs to be asked. President or former president, whatever you like to address him as, Donald Trump has said that he will pardon people that were connected to the January 6th situation. Man, that sounds very un-American to me. Attacking your own people is not American. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a deal breaker to me. Do you think that the people who had any involvement in the January 6th situation should be pardoned?
I believe if they weren't convicted, rightfully sure they should be pardoned.
Okay, what about the people that were?
Well, that's a legal matter that they have to fight for. That they have to do due process.
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying whether or not. I'm saying if somebody is convicted of it, should that person be pardoned?
No.
Okay.
That was it, huh?
I mean, that was basically straight out of his mouth. I mean, it was nothing else to really elaborate as far as that question.
Mhm.
I mean, if there's anything else that you want to add to it, or you might have heard from the conversation that me and him had, but I just wanted, with it being rapid fire, I just wanted a point blank answer, and that's what he gave me. Do you feel like that is right? Because you heard Trump say all day long that he would pardon those people, but I've seen videos of him saying that if you are a true Trump supporter, I don't condone any violence, because those people that get really agitated about this whole situation, they'll tell you all day long it was fake news. He went there peaceful. You hear me?
Right.
Or he didn't know nothing about the Proud Boys, or he didn't have nothing to do with this. And I'm gonna be right there with you. And he had plenty knowledge of it. Now,
as far as the point about him wanting it to be violent or whatever, you kind of killed that whole theory when you say you're going to pardon those people. If they're 100% wrong, it was an un-American act, and you don't condone it in any kind of way, then you saying that you will pardon those people would never come out your mouth.
Right.
So yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. But this is what. So I asked him. I say, well, if that's a deal breaker for you, then that means that you're not voting for Trump. You're voting for somebody else.
Right.
I don't really remember what his answer was on that situation, but I did know that I put a little something on his mouth.
Right.
On to the next question.
All right. So this is Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, I asked him about
movement.
that too. I said, how can you have a Me Too movement and then overturn Roe versus Wade? It was designed to protect the woman. Can you honestly tell me that you're protecting women's right and giving them the right to choose what they can and can't do with their body once you overturn Roe versus Wade? This was his comment on it. Okay, on to the next question. Okay, my next question is about abortion, man. I don't believe that that is a such thing as a Me Too movement if you overturn Roe versus Wade, because from my understanding, the whole Me Too movement was established to protect the woman.
Okay. Well, I don't view abortion as contraception. I don't view that as birth control. So if you use it for that, I don't think you should be allowed to get it. But if you had some type of mishap in life, somebody violated you, SA'd you, sure, that should be an option for you.
Okay, so basically that's one thing, because I mean, just because you're saying that you're a Republican, you don't have to agree with all those views. So you're basically saying that that's one of the views that you don't agree with. If a woman has been a victim of rape or incest, she should have the right to be able to get an abortion.
She should.
I feel the same way. I mean, because if you overturn Roe versus Wade and then the Me Too movement, I mean, that's part of, to me, protecting the woman. So if they have been violated, man, we have to have some type of boundaries here, man. You know, you don't supposed to be having children with with a person that you gave birth to. I just think that there's something morally wrong with that.
Just real quickly.
I'm sorry?
Can I interject something real briefly?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, so we had a Roe versus Wade. They're not, I wouldn't say they overturned it per se. They put it in the legislative hands of your state. So your state has the right to say whether you can or cannot.
I don't agree, man, because I think people here don't want abortions, and they steady blocking Planned Parenthood. They're going after people. They're prosecuting doctors who saying that, people having to go out of town to get it and all kind of stuff.
You have to confront those people and don't blame the White House or the Supreme Court for that. If you have local.
Yeah, I that's what I'm missing, man. So we'll have to get back on that one, because I'm not understanding. If it's the state's decision, then why would somebody just come out, overturn something, and make it like a Supreme Court mean that that's to me like the highest power. That's as far as you can take it. So why take it there if it's a decision that's up to the state? Just leave it to that state. If they vote that they want it, then have it. If they don't, then don't have it. Maybe I'm missing something.
Well, that's the reason why people.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you pulled a power move by just taking it and wiping it completely off the board. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
If it was a decision that should be made by the people and strictly of the administrators or the heads of those states, then that's what it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, when you go to the Supreme Court and you flex your executive power as president and wipe that totally off the board, then it's hard for me to believe that you wanted that to be a decision of the people. To me, that's a power move, and you did it because I don't know if that's that political back and forth. You did it to try to hurt people, but you can't honestly say that you're all about protecting women, the Me Too movement, and take something like that off of the board. You hear me?
Right.
It's just like Obamacare. To me, it hadn't been replaced in all this time because it honestly
worked.
It worked. It was something that was effective. Probably wasn't people didn't agree on it, and it probably wasn't everybody's favorite decision, but they knew that it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some type of way they need to get that fixed, implement that whole system back again, and just do something about that, man, because I honestly feel like that is 100% deal breaker. If you got freedom of speech, freedom of expression, then what you do with your body, the choices that you make, and what you have to deal with as far as your life, because having a kid, man, is going to put you in a situation for a long time.
Right.
So I feel like women should definitely have that right. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I understand what they mean about if you make them, you should take care of them. You know, we'll talk about it again off the cuff. We thinking that it's part of them being scared that they're about to become the minority. And I even said that I think it's a shot at the LGBTQ community. You hear me? If everybody is gay, basically, you know, scientifically or whatever they call it, these people cannot reproduce and make kids. So that's their way of controlling it. You know, they'll say that way that people that have gay marriages that want to start families, they are awarded the luxury of being able to have kids. Okay, I understand all of that, but those are different situations. And there's plenty of people who have regular childbirth that put their kids up for adoption. That's their right too. But once you've been violated, raped, incest, molested, and all that, man, it should be some way that you can right that wrong.
Yeah.
And I think having abortion, emergency contraception, or whatever they call it, is a step in that direction. So that's just my personal opinion. I think that's a deal breaker to take Roe versus Wade away.
Right.
What we got? One more question?
One more question, man. You asked him about the dictatorship.
Yeah, dictatorship. You know, I was asking him basically that he understand what that mean, and does he think that that's going to be that he can spend his money a certain way, he has to live a certain way? What does that mean? And I asked him, I said, if you vote for that, then basically let me ask you, how much of your freedom are you willing to lose at this point?
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen to me when it's a dictatorship. A dictatorship, man. Are you ready to give up? How much of your freedom are you ready to give up? Long as it's just somebody telling you how to spend your money, you okay with it, huh? You're a grown man. You want somebody telling you what to do?
Absolutely not. And you're not going to be able to do that from no position.
Okay, so we can move on then, right? So the dictatorship is a deal breaker.
No, not going to happen.
I mean, point blank, period. There's the answer right out of his mouth.
Right.
It's not going to happen because the American people are not going to go for it. They are going for it because they're still acting like they're going to vote for this dude. And if it's a 100% deal breaker like it is for me, then at that debate yesterday, that should have came up. Like, it's people that I heard that are straight up Americans that came to this country proud to be Americans because they enjoy having that freedom, being able to express themselves how they want, being able to be with whoever they want, be able to live how they want. So that is a deal breaker for a lot of people. Are you willing to lose this election or lose those votes by keep on stressing that you're going to have a dictatorship? And I know he said several times that it's only going to be one day.
Right.
Who really
On
believes
day
that,
one,
man? What is the purpose of that? That's some more stacking that deck. So you're gonna, on that first day, you're gonna try to get back everything under the sun that you tried to get back on.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's just garbage all the way around the board, man. Like I'm telling you, man, I think people are scared. They think that you know, all of this stuff that he's implementing is going to affect other people more than them, so they're cool with it. You hear me?
Right.
And as much as people don't want to admit, man, it's still a touch and a tad bit of racism that's mixed in there. You hear me?
Yeah.
This is a very divided, racist country. I heard your girl Angel Reese address the whole situation with Caitlin Clark. Like, man, we've been talking trash to each other since AAU. That's what people don't understand. Ain't no just fall out of the sky pros, man.
Right.
These people have been playing against each other, working against each other. When you on that level, y'all have rubbed elbows and crossed paths several times.
Right.
So she like, get the whole story. This is competition between both of us. And she like, I have no hate towards her. And I honestly feel like she don't have none towards me. And I know a lot of people might not want to hear it, but I 100% believe them.
Yeah,
I think it's all competition, and I think they're making each other better. They're definitely making more people interested in the game, and I'm just glad to hear somebody keep it real. Angel Reese, like, man, I get a lot of hate towards me. Caitlin Clark get hate. You hear me?
Right.
And these people, like, man, at the end of the day, it's just straight up racism, and it's wrong.
Racism by proxy.
Yes, sir. Well, man, it's getting close to that time, man, and it's almost time for us to get out of here.
Yeah, man.
You know, lately I've been trying to do that quote or question of the day.
Right.
What did we do last time when I asked about the canine dogs?
Yeah.
That they use female dogs
as females be canine.
Okay, my question for the day, question today, man, is how high do flies fly?
That's a great question.
Because when
brother.
we be in that food truck sometime, man, no matter what we do, you know, you always gonna have to deal with flies. And you know, I worked at several restaurants and all that stuff, right? So I was thinking about, man, you know, as much as they irk you sometime when they flying in your car up in that truck, the people on planes have to deal with that. When you be on planes swatting flies, man. I said, if you do, they probably got in there on the, I'm finna say on the ground, huh?
Yeah.
Because you know, the question to that is it should be no, because flies can fly at 6,000 to 20,000 feet.
Okay.
That's how high they get, you know?
Yeah.
And it's because of the temperature and the altitude. Like one guy that I asked about it, he say, long as you able to flap your wings, you fly. Only thing that bring them down, he said, is getting tired from constantly flapping your wings. I didn't know, but when I looked it up, it said that the flies can fly 6 to 20,000 feet and up to like 30,000 in like 90-degree weather. Wow. And it said that planes fly at 30,000 to 42,000. So unless you got them on the ground, like some of y'all that got bed bugs running up out your clothes, they had to come from somewhere. So you swatting flies on the plane, then Becky brought them with her. I ain't gonna say where they came from, but she brought them with her. Ain't no flies on no plane. So how high can a fly? 6,000 to 20,000 feet.
But it is snakes on the plane.
Yes, it is. All different kind, and we're gonna keep it moving on that one. Yeah, it ain't never no time, y'all, but hope we really get our mind right and whatever else, man. I ain't ready to lose my freedom, and I ain't ready you know, and I ain't finna keep on bowing down and let the country punk me about what's right and wrong. You know, it's gonna be something anyway. We already see it. Rallies, people getting shot up, schools getting shot up. So to make a bad decision because we worried about what's gonna happen anyway. So I encourage everybody to make the right decision. Vote for the best candidate and the person who's gonna put all of America in the best situation. And with that being said, my brother, that's my time. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, that's it, man. Love somebody.
Yes, sir. Love somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love all my people and everybody that's watching, man. Hopefully, before we get out of here, I know there's been some people in their feelings about me posting pictures on my food truck or whatever. I don't give a rat's about none of that. We live in a time with social media, and if I can advertise myself, save some money, and everybody else doing it, and these same people that do it are the same people who got profiles and podcasts and all that stuff. So I don't get it. You hear me?
Yeah, get you some.
You know, everybody point that finger at everybody else, and you know, like that person that always tell you, "Oh, I ain't on social media and this and that." You are on social media. That's why I brought it up. I saw your ass when I was looking through Facebook. You heard me?
Right.
Yeah, you know, you can't patronize my food truck. I know you don't be on social media, but you married to my sister and she be on it, and she know her brother has a truck on the page. So come down there and patronize the business, man. I know if you don't eat pork, you don't eat hamburgers or whatever, buy one and pass it to your friend. Give it to your dog. But support, man.
Right.
And that's my time, y'all. This your boy Mikey Justice. I'm going to holler at y'all in 7 of them.
Peace.